Welcome to the next episode of The American Dream, the only national show that combats negative media and gives you local flavor from your own neighborhoods. On today's show, we're focusing on the best of January. We're going out to Miami, Boise, and our very own San Diego, California, America's finest city, to show you some of the best stories from all across the country. Let's start the American Dream right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
All right, today's show is centered around the best of from January. But before we go into our national storyline, first, we're going into your own backyard to show you what's happening in your neighborhoods. Let's go check it out.
Hey, this is Athena Brownson with Compass. We are here today at one of my latest listings right in the heart of downtown Denver. We are right across the street from the Pepsi Center and closely located to Coors Stadium, and it really couldn't get any better than this. So today we're going to be taking a look at one of the units that I'm listing upstairs, and we're going to be highlighting the Compass Concierge program. What is that? It allows us to help sellers get their property ready for sale. So if you are looking to sell your property and you don't want to deal with the laundry list of items that may go with it, Compass Concierge will pay for that, take those items off your hand, and we will cover the rest. So let's go take a look upstairs, and thanks for joining. Jason, long time no see. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. Thanks for having us. So, Jason is going to tell us a little bit about what it's like to work with Compass Concierge and what we're doing here at the unit.
Yeah, Compass Concierge has been really great for us as contractors because it's very seamless. You know, like you said, a lot of homeowners are going to walk in and they're going, I have all my money wrapped up in this property and maybe I don't have the cash until I sell it.
Totally.
And so what can I do? And so that's where Compass comes along and says, hey, you know, list your house with us and we'll front the cost to you at 0%, which is incredible. And so it offers the homeowner a really great option, but it also offers us a great option because we're like, we're gonna get paid.
Yeah,
you know, which
exactly.
obviously sometimes happens.
Yeah,
and
you're not hunting down money.
Right. And so it's a really seamless, easy transition for us to make. And then Compass Concierge also gives us a MasterCard to take around that we can make all of our material purchases with.
I love what you guys picked too, and I think that looking at the granite, it seems it's going to look perfect with the paint color you chose, and I'm really excited for us to pick out the other finishes.
Yeah.
So what kind of finishes do we still need to look at today?
Well, I think a couple of the things that we need to do, we're going to do a type of flooring in the bathroom, some kind of a luxury vinyl tile, basically, that gives us a little bit of a tile look, but you know, offers a nice waterproof surface for us.
I love it.
Yeah.
So now that I've gotten to see a little bit of your work, what granite you picked out, why don't we go pick out the rest of the finishes together?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, thanks.
Right, we'll see you there.
So now that we got to see what that granite and the space looked like, I think that we're gonna be able to choose some really nice backsplash.
Yep. Based
on what the buyers are gonna want, what are your thoughts? What would you see in that space?
Yeah, I think with the granite, like you said, the way it is, it's a very busy, cool, veiny granite. And so we've got to make a design decision that's not gonna be too whoa, you know, it's not gonna be in your face.
Yeah.
Sometimes your simplest option is just to take a white subway, and there's nothing sexy about a white subway tile, but everybody loves it.
Yeah, no, I think that a really sleek white subway tile with the black and white granite would look really nice. So, and it's appealing to all buyers, not just a specific buyer, like you said. So, yeah, I'm happy with that if you are.
Yeah, I think it's good as well.
Let's do it.
Great.
Cool. can see, Compass Concierge really does end up benefiting all parties involved, from the seller to the general contractor and then the buyer. You can ensure that you're getting the best possible product. And remember, Compass Concierge is available nationwide, so find a Compass agent near you. Thank you so much for joining us today on American Dream TV, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, this is Eric Kulbe, VP Market Production Leader with Synergy One Lending. Today we are in the Berkeley neighborhood in Denver. We're going to meet one of my good friends, Jay Feaster. He's the owner of Impact Homes as a developer and also has a successful real estate firm called Feaster Realty. I'm excited to see what he has going on. Jay, how you doing?
Good to see you, Eric.
Good to see you. Looks like you're taking the neighborhood over here.
Yeah, we've got a few.
Good for you. Well, I'm excited to hear what you have going on and talk about some of the cool stuff you've done. I know we've known each other for a long time. So you started as a real estate agent, and now you're developing the city and still doing a lot of real estate. Have your own firm. Tell me how'd that process go? How'd you get here?
Well, it didn't happen overnight, obviously. I started at a small firm downtown about 10 years ago. After my first year, I kind of did a little personal state of the union on how my business was doing, and I figured out that I wanted to work closer to downtown. I wanted to niche myself in some of these, transitioning neighborhoods with lots of restaurants and whatnot, and I've always had a passion for new construction. So when that all came together, I decided to go to work for a builder right as the economy was turning around. And so we did a lot of custom homes to start. But as we did that, we also kind of brought in some architects and some investor money and realized that there was really a good opportunity to build these duplex homes.
Super cool, modern duplex. It seems to be that this is a lot of what you're doing. We're in the Berkeley neighborhood, which is hot. You can see a lot of different duplexes and things going on, and then you see the older houses that are kind of sitting in between. So when you're out here looking for these properties, I mean, what makes you pick a spot, a neighborhood, a property type?
So the main thing that I'm looking for is a centrally located Denver neighborhood that usually is very close proximity to both downtown, restaurants, lakes, recreation, things like that. Specifically here in the Berkeley neighborhood, which I love, there's Tennyson Street. So Tennyson Street is what I would describe as restaurant row. It is about 5 or 6 blocks of nothing but little shops and restaurants and some development over the years.
How many projects do you have going in this neighborhood right now?
Well, we've got a few. If you actually go up to the 3rd floor, I can show you from the window. You can see about 3 or 4 of them from here. So up here, you can actually see 4 of our projects. We have a variety of different ones that we're doing. We've got 3 stories and 2 stories. Most of the 3 stories are all going to be modern, and the 2 stories we are transitioning from also doing modern, but we've got a farmhouse design, which seems to be kind of popular right now.
So Jay, when you buy one of these properties, how long does it take from the time you close on the property to own it to when the next person that buys it owns it?
Sure. From the day we buy it to the day we break ground is a little bit dependent on the city and the permitting, but usually 4 to 6 months to break ground from the day we buy it. Okay. And then the 2 stories are taken maybe 7 months, and the 3 stories are taken about 8 or 9.
Got it. So Jay, I love this place, man. It seems like you guys are really focused on what people like these days. You got big, nice open floor plan, high ceilings, 2-car garage, rooftop deck, big windows, giant island.
It's pretty big. It's almost 14 feet long. Wow. But I'm a cook, so I wanted to put some of the things that I really want to see in a house.
Definitely nice to entertain and hang out. Well,
it's built for entertaining.
Yeah, keep up the great work. We enjoy working with you and love what you're putting out there. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Hopefully you got to see some of the cool things happening in this Berkeley neighborhood. Jay and his team at Feaster Realty and Impact Homes are doing a great job, so feel free to reach out to him if you have any questions. But look forward to seeing you on the next episode of The American Dream.
All right, the national storyline is coming up next, but before we do that, let's stay local and see the next story from your neighborhood. Let's check it out.
Thank you for joining us in the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. I'm Malinda.
And I'm Kulbe, and we're going to switch things up today. So instead of showing you listings or talking to industry professionals, we're here at Valor Christian High School. Valor's in its 13th year now with a 12-to-1 student ratio, and 76 of the 101 teachers have advanced degrees.
Influence through excellence, they say. It's a blue ribbon school, right?
It is, yes.
We're excited to show you a behind-the-scenes look at this campus, as we will be following my clients relocating from California on a campus admission tour.
So welcome to Valor Christian High School. I'm excited for you guys to be able to see just the different opportunities that we have here. We've been in existence since about 2007, and in that time, we've grown to a school of about 1,200 students. My name's Zach Gautier. I'm Dean of Academic Services here at Valor Christian High School. So I get the privilege of overseeing a lot of portions of academics, working with our academic dean. We really shape the academic direction of the school, and also have the privilege of overseeing admissions and then the 9th grade transition. So we inevitably have students coming from 80 different middle schools from around the Denver metro area, and really helping shape and guide their transition into high school. Valor's a really unique place. We are about 1,200 students, so a pretty large school for a private high school. But as a Christian college prep institution, we really believe that Christian values are essential in the academic process. We organize our school around 4 different pillars of academics, athletics, arts, and service. On campus, we have the Valor Center for Culture and Influence, which is hosts the Valor Performance Hall, which we got to see, which has about 650 seats. For athletics on campus, we have our main gym and small gym, which we got to see, and then also the stadium. So that's maybe the most enjoyable or fun place to get to go and see a sporting event, but also underneath the stadium, that's where the performance and strength and conditioning space is. On the performing arts side, we have a state-of-the-art studio recording space. So we're really fortunate to have 2 faculty members that have worked extensively in industry. I think as you walk through our campus, the hope is, and really our desire is, that you get a sense of the unique place that it is. I think our faith is important to us, and we want to be able to share the love of Christ with students, with families as they come in. But I think the way that we go about doing that is, and really the uniqueness of campus is tied to the faculty and staff. When you get to know the backstories of these folks that are teaching the classes or working with students as their coach, or producing an arts production, you realize these are folks that are incredibly talented and gifted, and I think that breeds a level of inspiration in our students, that they connect, they get an understanding of what they can potentially become, and hopefully that inspires them to have a high view of what God has prepared them for and where they can ultimately go as they transition into college and then into the real world.
So how much fun was that, you guys?
That was amazing.
Unbelievable school. I wanted to ask you, why Colorado?
Wow, there's so many reasons. I mean, first and foremost, look out the window, look at the beauty, the landscape, right? I think it's more than that, though. It's the people. It's the outdoors. We're outdoors people. We like to hike. We like to stand up, paddleboard. We love winter sports. Our son plays ice hockey. I coach ice hockey. So we just like the fresh air, the people, the scenery.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So why Valor?
Why not
Wow.
Valor? I mean...
Enjoyed the tour, and if you're curious about the school in any way, Valor welcomes the opportunity to share all they have to help your students become all they were meant to be. Thanks for joining us, and may your journey always lead you home.
Go Eagles!
Yay!
All right, hope you enjoyed your local story. Now we're going to switch gears and go to the national storyline, the best of segments from the show, starting in Miami, Florida, with Catherine Ryan. Let's go check it out.
Hello and welcome to the American Dream in Miami. My name is Catherine Ryan, and I'm your local real estate expert. We don't just sell homes, we also sell land, because for a lot of people, owning a home is not only the American dream, but building your own home. So we have a lot of pieces of land for sale, and Mark Twain said, buy land, they're not making it anymore. So we have the following pieces of land for sale. A multi-family lot in Coral Gables, prime location. You can build 11 units and 15,000 square feet. We have two pieces of land for sale in Coconut Grove. One is almost 10,000 square feet and the other one 8,000 square feet. You can build amazing homes on both of those lots. Okay, so now I'm taking you to Hibiscus Island. Hibiscus Island is a man-made island in Miami Beach, and it has been created in 1922 along with Palm Island and Star Island. The properties here are mostly on the water. You do find some houses that are not on the water, but we are looking today at a beautiful property on the water. It is under construction, so please have some imagination, because I want you to show how this building process works. And we are meeting one of the top builders and developers. He's building right now 17 homes, and he will show you how he does the whole project from start to finish. Well, I'm really excited to check out this beautiful home under construction right now. As many of you know, I love construction and dirt, and I really love seeing developments come to life. So let's go check it out. Here with Lionel Nicolai, one of the top builders and developers of luxury homes in Miami. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much to invite me.
You're very welcome. So tell us, I mean, you talk to so many people in Miami that come to you and say, hey, Lionel, I want to build a home. What do those people want, and what is important to those people that want to build a home in Miami?
Thank you very much. A very interesting question, because a lot of people want to have a new home, because the new construction with a new code, you have a higher house, very higher, so then it's very safe for them, and they want to have a high-end finishes with a new product from in the world. and to have a perfect quality of house compared to the other one.
Oh, okay, so basically you probably have a lot of people that are very wealthy that are looking for the best of the best, right?
Exactly, they want the best of the best and they want to decide and to design the inside with them color. They want to create them American house, American dream house.
Oh yes, we all want the American dream house, right? All right, great, so let's take a look around.
Okay, let's go.
A lot of my clients that are looking into buying land, they want to buy land because they want to build a house, because it's very intriguing to them that they get to pick their own finishes, that they have a brand new home that has never been lived in. But a lot of them are skeptical because they don't know how much time is involved from their side, how often they have to come to check on the progress, if they have to oversee the construction. How does it work with you?
With us is on more or less 18 months. What we do is what makes us special is we do a big pre-construction work. During 1 month we study all the plans with different architect, designer and engineer, and the owner chose what he wants, and we chose before to start to work. The owner chose his bathroom, his kitchen, the floor, the design. Everything is chosen before. Then during the construction, what he can do is with our software, he can follow up the construction from the beginning to the end on our software with the pictures, with a video. You can put a comment to the project manager to ask him a question, and he doesn't need to come because a lot.
So you take care of everything?
We take care of everything, and he just has to come to give him the key.
So okay, let me summarize that. So the client picks all their finishes up front, and then they hand them over to you, and you take over, and then in the end, you just give them a house. Is that how it works?
Yes, exactly. Like
wow. I know for sure that my affluent clients will love that they have no headache, they pick what they want, they get it all done, and they don't have to supervise anyone. I love that. So they can pick everything and follow the progress on your software.
Exactly.
I really love that. Lionel, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
this
very much.
beautiful tour. I'm quite impressed with your work, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
Thank you very much. You will come back.
Yeah, I will come back and check back on the project, and I'm pretty sure our viewers were very, very impressed. Thank you all so much for watching The American Dream today. And if any of you is interested in building a home in Miami or Miami Beach, contact us, reach out to us. We have price lists and we have all the resources you can think of. You all have a beautiful day.
All right, your next best of segment, we're going to one of the coolest small towns in the U.S., Boise, Idaho, and we're going to go explore the entrepreneurial spirit with Jesse Taft. Let's go check it out.
If you haven't already heard, Boise and Meridian are two of the fastest growing cities in the nation, and with the massive growth comes a huge demand for housing, and new construction has quickly become one of the most prevalent purchases out in the area, from entry-level homes to full-blown custom. You can find it all out here, and today we're going to bring you to one of the most innovative builders in the area, Lasher Enterprises, and their new build in Cabin Ridge out in Meridian. Awesome, so we made it inside, nice and warm by the fire, and here with Brady Lasher, owner of Lasher Enterprises. So yeah, give us a little bit of background about yourself, living and building in the area.
Yeah, I've been living in Boise for pretty much my whole life, around Boise, I guess. I mean,
one of the few.
One of the few that's been here forever, yes. So yeah, I went to college here, went to high school here, went to college, graduated, and basically, yeah, started my own building company. My family's been in the Valley forever as well. My grandpa was a builder back in the 70s. And,
oh, wow, okay.
And my dad has been a builder for the last 20 years, and then I started my company about 5 years ago, and yeah.
The home we're standing in, give us a little bit of background or information about this one, and then we'll kind of dive into the details and let you give us a tour.
Yeah, no, this home is 2,800 square feet, just a little over 2,800. It feels much bigger than that. Yeah. I mean, it's just got huge ceilings.
Yes.
Yeah, every house that we build, that's the cool thing about us, is we're custom builders, so everything we build is like drawn by hand, it oriented in a way that the site fits it. You got killer views of Bogus, you know, you got a bunch of recreation in Boise. That's your goal, is to look at all of that.
So even throughout the build process, you and your team, which it sounds like is your wife, helping out with some of the design, come in during framing, during drywall, and start to select some of the finishes and maybe some of the accents wall that we'll showcase here in a little bit.
Yeah, no, we've got, I mean, me and my wife are primarily the designers in it. We've got a great team around Boise. Like I said, we've been in Boise for so long. We've got a great group of subs. We've got designers at each place. We always do our stuff through certain tile companies and certain cabinet companies, and all of them are custom. That's the cool thing about us. We don't buy anything. Our cabinets are custom built. It's pretty cool getting something exactly what you want and tailored to what you want. I mean, a home's a big purchase, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year. So it's something, if you're going to invest that much money, you want it to be what you want. You want it to be what you want. Each home's different.
At the end. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the tour. This home is spectacular. And this one in particular, like you said, is custom built. It is sold, but I know you have a handful more coming up. And
oh yeah, a lot more under construction right now. We're always building something. It's hard to keep them on the market nowadays, but yeah, no, I would definitely appreciate the opportunity to show you the house.
Cool. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you guys have any questions for myself or for Lauscher Enterprises, want a home like this, give us a call. Let's get you inside one.
Coming up next, the best of segment in San Diego, America's finest city, where this show started. Seth O'Byrne is going to show us the science behind why we love views. Let's go check it out.
For those of us that have been selling luxury real estate for a very long time, it's commonly known that the higher you are up in a building, the more valuable it is. In fact, each floor comes with a different price tag that can be 2, 3, 4, and even 10 times more valuable. And the reason for that isn't just because of view. It's because when you look out at this view, there's so much more to see. You see the different moods of the morning and the twilight. You see the San Diego Bay, Point Loma, all the way out to Mexico. And there's a sense of freedom that you get up here that you just can't get on lower floors. And though it's commonplace for realtors to talk about it, this is something you need to use your senses to enjoy. We oftentimes don't question why everyone can agree on views. In real estate, it's universally the preference of everyone. For example, you might like salty foods. You might like spicy foods. You might like sweet foods. But every one of those people can all agree that a home with a view is universally more valuable. Seth, it's obvious that people love views, right? You don't have to be a genius to know that, but you do have to be a genius to understand the why behind why people love views. In fact, it's a point of contention. The discussion has been fierce. Some people say it's in our DNA. Some people say it traces back to the time when we were cavemen. Some people say that it has a connection to the churches in some sense that it's more holy, being higher. Some people say it's just a matter of luxury, and people with money want to be high above everything. Views are important. In fact, if you trace it back to ancient civilizations, many of them built their kingdoms at the top of mountains, not just to protect the people that lived inside of the gates, but to make a statement to the world that that kingdom ruled the entire land. And also religious leaders believed that gods lived in the mountains. That's because it was closer to heaven. And today in residential real estate, it's no different. Views denote the home as more valuable, and oftentimes the people that own homes with views more important. And with views being so important to our human makeup, it begs a simple question. Are views really a matter of desire and want, or are views a basic human necessity? Either way, today we're going to explore a property that has unbelievable views, and we're going to explain that basic question while we see an incredible house. That's cool. I got nothing else going on today. Okay. The feeling that you get here, you really can enjoy with all of your senses. Because when you're this high above it all, there's a sense of stacking of history, a stacking of civilization, a stacking of art, of culture, of ideas, of creativity. And let me explain it. Right across the street from us, we have Irving Gill, who's one of the most important architects that ever walked the planet for the world of modernism. He actually made San Diego home, and in addition to creating the Marston House, he was able to develop these incredible Victorians and craftsmen and what turned into the early modernist movement. Behind him, you have Doug Manchester's the Manchester Grand Hyatt, which stood as one of the most important properties to be built as a high-rise in downtown San Diego. At that time, it was one of the only buildings that defined our skyline. And now when you look out, you see Canadian builder Nat Bosa, who built the most daring pieces of steel and glass. Of course, the most important and recent one, Pacific Gate, which is a super prime building. And so when you see a view, you see our city, but you also see a living history of our city. It's so cool because there are very few times that you can look at buildings and think of them like history books. So you see what is, but you also see what was, because that's what defines a city. That's what makes a view of a city like San Diego so incredibly important, is you get to look out at our city and open it up like a great novel. And then you have homes like this that are built into this living history, and they get to enjoy a view that took hundreds of years to create. And so when you look at the materials, the hardwood floors, the waterfall edge countertops, the frameless cabinetry, you get to appreciate the space, but really what you're buying is right behind me. But quick, let me rattle off the stats of this penthouse condo. You've got a bedroom here, another bedroom back here. It makes it a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom with a master that has a view that's so incredible. Quite frankly, you don't need a salesman to sell it. This is what everyone wants when they move to downtown San Diego. And the master bathroom is fit for a king and a queen, and quite frankly, everybody in the kingdom, because this master bathroom shower is huge. It's got a soaking tub, which is perfect for relaxing. His and hers, or his and his, dual vanity water closet, and something incredible right out this door. Running the entire length from the east side of this penthouse all the way to the front, facing the San Diego Bay, Point Loma, Coronado in downtown San Diego, is the balcony of the penthouse here at 2141. This property is really subservient to the view because someone that wants to live in this penthouse, they want to go downtown and they want to go to dinner with friends. They want to hang out at art galleries, at nightclubs, at bars. They want to experience the San Diego Bay and everything that there is to enjoy in San Diego. But it's still connected to that ancient feeling that a view makes a property more valuable because it makes us feel better. And in many ways, San Diego becomes your kingdom in this condo. And that way, this balcony becomes your throne.
All right, that's all for today's show. Hope you enjoyed the best of segments of the American Dream of January. Thank you so much to all who brought this show alive, all of you who viewed today and follow our show on social media. Thank you so much from the American Dream team, and of course, we'll see you next week.